Today for the, fourth regular review hearing and permanency planning hearing. We have the names of our participants, please.
Carson Howard, lawyer, on the item.
Nastasia Thomas, counsel for the department.
Jerry Foster, worker from Foster Solutions.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angie Borders on behalf of the respondent mother, Chanel Deakins.
Michael Brooks, I represent,
Chanel Deakins.
Michael Brooks, I represent the father, Mr. Deakins.
Aaron Deakins.
Thank you. Mr. Howard.
I was able to meet with the three children at their home in Adrian on January 3rd, 2025. Mom was also present along with three dogs who I got to know pretty well. I was able to observe the children with Ms. Deakins and speak privately with each of the children. I observed some normal, sibling bickering between two of the younger children. And I know that they're working with Ms. Deakins on how to, foster some healthy sibling relationships. I met with each of the children privately. The youngest has a great sense of humor. He showed me a photo album from a summer trip to Mackinac Island. Very thorough review of his pictures and his photos. I was able to speak with the two older children who explained to me that they would like their current situation to remain where they're living with their mother and visiting regularly with their dad as he progresses through his service plan. I believe all the children's needs are met and they're in a placement that serves their best interests.
Thank you. Ms. Thomas.
Thank you. I would ask Ms. Madrid to be sworn in. Good morning, Ms. Madrid. Thank you for the court report. I know that it has been bifurcated for the parents. So I just want to confirm with each parent's attorney that they received their client's court report.
I did.
I did.
Okay, thank you. And for the court, Ms. Madrid, it looks like you've provided the court report, the case service plans for each parent, an update regarding Ms. Deakins, and then the FRP report for Ms. Deakins. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to your court report or the attachments?
Yes. So I did submit early this morning the accountability contract and safety plan. They were updated. I just forgot to submit them with my report. And then there is a correction in the court report where we speak of Ms. Deakins' work schedule. So I had it wrong. She does not work 2 to 10 p.m. She works from 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. So just early in the morning when the kids are home alone. And then sometimes Mr. Deakins assists in the mornings to get them ready for school. I just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you so much. Okay. And during this review period, well, I guess let's start with the children remain with Ms. Deakins at this time. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. And so the permanency goal for reunification, in theory, has been achieved, and does it remain appropriate?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And how would you generally summarize the parents' level of compliance with and benefit from their case service plan during this review period?
For Ms. Deakins, I would say substantial compliance. She has remained engaged with their services, has remained engaged with FRP, which is now My Family Together, continues engaged with DV counseling, and will maintain that even after if the case closes. She has completed all contacts with me, completed safety plans. Every home visit has been appropriate. Mr. Deakins has been compliant with his parenting visits, and he also has been in communication with me. I know that he is working on securing his own safe and stable housing, but he did secure employment in October, so that has still maintained. And I do not believe he's still engaged in Catholic Charities, but he can maybe give more of an update on that.
Awesome. And I noticed that your report, I think, is asking for an expedited review. Can you just elaborate as to why you are requesting that?
Yes, so there There's no immediate risk of harm. I would say the only reason that I'm asking for that is to ensure continued stability for the family. Ms. Deakins did have a job change during the reporting period and she experienced some car troubles, but things are going really well. So just to allow the family to get more support for an additional 30 days, but there's no immediate risk of harm to them.
Okay. And the parenting time, the way that that's working out, I know that there's been some concern with DV in the past in this case. And it seems like based on your report that dad is going to mom's house and assisting with childcare when she's at work, but then also maybe exercising parenting time there. Does that seem to be something that is sustainable and safe for this family?
Yes, so to my knowledge, he is only assisting in the early mornings to get them out to school, and it's primarily for Connor. And his parenting times occur in the community, they get dinner or do other things. That seems to be going really well. They utilize the teen girls for communication and pass like notes for their needs or doctor's appointments and things like that, and that seems to be going really well. If the girls are home alone, they are able to contact Mr. Deakins, and Ms. Deakins is okay with that.
Okay. And I believe in the last review period, and I could be wrong here, was there some efforts put into utilizing like a third party type app for communications with these parents?
There was, they are able to utilize the app and communicate with each other. I'm only able to see one part of the communication, but we've primarily been using a group chat, as naturally I won't be involved in their communications moving forward.
Okay. And generally, how are the children doing? We are on YouTube, so if we can just oldest, middle, youngest, that's fine.
Okay, they're doing really well. The youngest is still involved with Lifeways in-home therapy. That is going well. I would say the two teen girls are doing really well. The oldest child is still involved with MYOI, although we are working on getting payments out. That's an MYOI delay. And then the middle child is doing well. She does have some challenges at school, but Ms. Deakins has been really on top of it with communicating with the school and keeping me updated on how she's doing.
And is there anything else that you'd like the court to know from your report or your knowledge of the case?
Not this time.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, Your Honor, I have no further questions of Ms. Madrid and move to admit the court report and the attachments.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you. They are received. Any questions for this witness, Mr. Brooks?
If there is no immediate risk of harm to the children, how are you asking this court to retain jurisdiction beyond today?
It would be just to provide support to the family and continued stability, just because we had some hiccups during this reporting period for Ms. Deakins. But it would just be for continued support and to ensure they're still doing really well, which they have been for several months.
That's all I have.
Ms. Borders?
Yeah, just a couple kind of on the same path. Sorry, Mr. Madrid, I can't read my court report because I forgot my glasses, so I'm going off of memory. But as you testified, Ms. Deakins continues to do really well in progress through her case service plan, correct?
Yes.
In fact, she's completed pretty much everything that the court would require her to complete that she's not going to continue doing on her own post-court involvement.
Yes.
And your reason for asking for this expedited review rather than asking the court to terminate jurisdiction today is because she had some changes over the last review period?
Yes.
Now, as far as those changes go, one would be her job, correct?
Yes.
And she navigated that really well, correct?
Yeah.
And it was seamless for the most part?
Yes.
And people who are not under the court's jurisdiction, they have job changes and they have seamless transitions and
Yes,
do well?
that's correct.
Okay. And the other issue was she had some car problems?
Yes.
In fact, I think she totaled her car, correct?
She did, yeah.
Yeah, and she's got herself a new vehicle?
Yes.
And that she didn't need any assistance from DHS to do that?
Correct.
And she's handling that very well as well?
She did.
Okay, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is there one other thing that she had a change with, or is that all the changes that she had?
I believe that's the only thing, because of the job change, there was a schedule change, so just like the time of the kids staying by themselves, and we did create a safety plan for that.
And that's going well as well, correct? As a matter of fact, are you familiar with Ms. Deakins' neighbor who also assists when Mr. Deakins is not the person that provides that assistance?
I haven't met her, but yes, I'm familiar.
And you're okay with that?
Yes.
Now are you familiar with the status of the party's divorce action?
To my knowledge, at the last hearing in October, they were granted the divorce. That's the only thing I know.
So you know they're divorced?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the custodial arrangement that was placed on the record as far as that divorce is concerned?
I was given a copy of it. Don't have it memorized or anything like that, but it's Mr. Deakins visits 3 times a week, and all agreed upon holidays.
Okay, and so if the court were to terminate jurisdiction, are you satisfied that the department wouldn't have any issues with the entry of that custodial arrangement being in place?
No, they're doing really well with that.
Okay. All right, no further questions.
Did you ever get an update from Mr. Bailey as far as whether or not Aaron Deakins is engaged with his program?
I believe that he had some trouble with payments to continue that service. That was the last update I got, but Mr. Deakins maybe can provide a more updated one. So I don't believe he is engaged currently in that service due to payment.
Okay. It seems from the court report that it doesn't look like there's any engagement in any kind of services is from Aaron. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Any redirect?
No.
No, none, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. May return to your seat. Any other witnesses, Ms. Thomas?
I'll call Mr. Deakins, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Deakins, come on up to our witness stand.
Sure did.
Good morning, Mr. Deakins.
Good morning.
Did you have the opportunity to review the court report today?
I skimmed through it. I'm in the process of a management position at my job, so I've kind of been booked up with training.
Okay, all right. I'll just kind of walk through that with you. It looks like you are having good contact with Ms. Francesca Madrid and keeping her updated on everything, and that you are currently employed, that you are doing well with the children's appointments. One of the questions I think the court has, as well as I do, is whether or not you are continuing services with Catholic Charities for counseling and parent education.
So Catholic Charities had completed me for therapy. So the court ordered that I get another therapist. So from October, the holidays have come up. I've called therapists that accept my insurance, and all of them have a long waiting list right now because of the holidays. So I am still in the process of trying to engage in more therapy. I do feel that therapy is appropriate for me still. There are things that I still like to talk about and get out. So that is something that I plan to continue on my own. Along with DVAP, I had payment issues. I couldn't pay. I finally got that caught up and returned back to DVAP. But with the holidays, they cut us a couple classes just because John wasn't having the classes on the certain days that I go. We just started back up last night, so I did return to DVAP. I think that's all the services that I've got left to complete, along with my probation.
Okay. And do you have any updates on your housing situation at all?
So with the housing, it's really hard being a single parent right now, and I work at a gas station, so the pay hasn't been the greatest. So finding a place hasn't been easy. I've been working with my stepdad because he's in the process of looking for housing. So me and him were talking about rooming together. That's not a definitive thing. It's just something we've discussed. And going to my mom's turned into a negative situation with my brother and his girlfriend, so.
Are there any other services that you're engaged in that we're not aware of?
None at this time.
And how do you feel parenting time is going for you?
It's amazing. The kids love every minute of what we do. We'll go bowling. Just last week, we went to it was a teen escape room for the girls. So Connor stayed home with mom and did his therapy. And while he did that, me and the girls went and did an escape room. That's furthering us to wanting to travel to Ann Arbor and explore actual escape rooms because that's exciting. So it's been going really well.
And how do you feel communication is going with Ms. Deakins?
We don't communicate as often. We do use the message with Francesca when something is needed to be communicated, that like while the kids are in school, if they can't communicate with me, then like this morning asking to bring middle child to court, something like that, you know, we use that. But other than that, the kids tell me when their doctor's appointments are. They'll ask me if I can take them if mom can't. If they miss the bus, they communicate with me to going to school. Also, the friend that helps, or the friend's mom that helps out, communicates with me if she can't do the children in the morning, then I go over and I do the children in the morning. So I think communication is going really well. We've kept boundaries. We've stayed away from each other. If I show up to the house and her car's there, excuse me, I will sit in the driveway and I will wait for the kids to message me and let me know that if mom's not there, or so on. So I've been keeping my distance from that.
Okay, thank you. With that, I have no further questions.
Mr. Brooks? Any questions?
Is there anything you would like to add to what you've already told the court?
I mean, I'd just be excited for this to be over with. I think that we're doing really well. So I think Chanel's doing amazing on her part. And I think that we've found a common ground to work with for co-parenting. So I think that it's turned into a really good thing.
Now, you live with whom?
I'm staying with my aunt.
And the mother of your three children has her own home?
Yes,
Is that where you believe they should stay?
I'm comfortable with it, yes.
I have nothing further.
Questions, Ms. Borders?
I don't think I have any questions. Thank you.
Mr. Howard?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony. You may return to your seat. Anyone else you'd like us to hear from, Ms. Thomas?
I'll call Ms. Deakins at this time. Good morning, Ms. Deakins. You've heard the testimony today from both Ms. Madrid and Mr. Deakins. Is there anything that you would like to state on your behalf and how you're doing with the case?
I have came a very long way since the beginning of the case. I feel like I'm a stronger person for my children. I have a job that fits our schedule a little bit better, where I'm home with them a lot more. And other than early in the morning, that's the hard part. But my girls are a huge help with their little brother, and I'm grateful for that. Other than that, no.
Okay. And I think that the other change that maybe we missed discussing with Ms. Madrid, it seems that you had a live-in support through maybe your mom for a bit,
Yes.
and then she had to move out.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, to take care and help someone else, how is that adjustment going for you?
That is going very well.
Okay. And I noticed that I think it was in the FRP report that you had stopped going to Catherine Cobb, but now you've restarted based on it. I'm just trying to understand. There was a comment in the FRP report that you had not gone to individual therapy with Catherine Cobb anymore or weren't, but that you wanted to start back up. And then we have the report from Ms. Perez. Can you just help us understand that difference, I guess?
Catherine Cobb, I'm still going to. It's my personal therapist that, because of insurance, I haven't been able to see.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that because I was a little confused. So thank you. And are you seeking out a personal therapist through your insurance, or is that something you feel you're doing okay with just Catherine Cobb right now?
I'm working with trying to get my insurance situated so I can go back to my personal therapist.
Okay, all right. And is there anything else that you'd like the court to know today?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. All right, thank you. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions for this witness, Mr. Brooks?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Borders?
Yes, just a few. Ms. Deakins, how are you today? Good. Now, since the last reporting period, you really haven't had any problems working through your case service plan, correct?
No, I haven't.
And there's some notations in the case service plan regarding some changes that had occurred during the period, reporting period, that they're stating that they would like to stay involved in your life to provide you some extra support because those incidents occurred. I just want to break them down real quick. As far as your new job, where were you working?
I was at Brookdale.
Okay, and where are you working now?
American Health Associates.
And where is that?
They're based out of Farmington Hills, I believe.
So what do you do?
I go into nursing homes and draw blood.
Okay, and you do that, and so when you ended your position with Brookdale, how long did it take for you to secure a new position?
I already had the position.
So it was seamless.
Mhm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, and when you made that transition, did you need the assistance or support of any of the services that the department could provide you to do that?
No.
Okay, you totaled your car, I heard.
Yes.
Okay, and so you don't have that car anymore?
No.
Do you have a new vehicle?
Yes.
How long did it take you to secure a new vehicle?
That night.
Okay, so that was pretty seamless as well?
Yeah.
And did you need the assistance of the department to provide you any aid in securing a new vehicle?
No.
Okay. As you see that they're asking for a 30 to 45 day review period to potentially ask the court to terminate jurisdiction of your case.
Yeah.
And do you want to wait?
No, I do not.
Okay. Do you think that you can maintain what you've maintained throughout the last 4 months on your own without the extra support of the department?
Yes.
Can you briefly just summarize what it's like to have the department in your life as opposed to the court releasing jurisdiction?
I feel like it puts more anxiety on me. On top of being a single mom, I always have anxiety because what are they doing? What do they need? I haven't heard them in a little bit. What are they doing? And then to have someone feel like someone's watching over me 24/7, it feels like I have someone pulling strings.
Do you feel that it's a little bit of an impediment or embarrassment to have this Child Protective Services involved in your life?
Yes,
Do you feel that that's the same, just being true for your children? Yes or no?
yes, I do.
Okay. And although, would you agree that they've really helped you?
Yes, I do.
And are you thankful in hindsight that they did come into your life and put these things in place?
In hindsight, yes, I am.
And in the beginning, you were a little resistant, but you quickly adjusted and jumped right into the case service plan.
Yes, I.
Are you asking, would it be your request to the court that the court terminate jurisdiction of the case today?
Yes, I would.
Will you respect the boundaries with Mr. Deakins?
Yes, I would.
Do you think that if you didn't, your kids would call you out on it?
Yeah.
Okay, your kids are pretty vocal about that stuff, right? Now, you are divorced then?
Yes,
And what is the custodial arrangement?
every other weekend.
And is it as all times agreeable?
Yes,
So would you have the ability to say to Mr. Deakins, listen, you're not ready for overnights. This isn't something that you don't have stable housing. You need to get back into counseling before you can have that.
yes,
And is that your intention?
yes,
And to the extent that is Mr. Deakins respectful of that?
yes.
Okay. I don't believe I have any further questions.
Any questions, Ms. Thomas?
I have none, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks?
No,
Mr. Howard?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Deakins, can you just speak to some of the supports that may be staying, in your life? If we were to release jurisdiction today, some things and strategies that you might have moving forward?
Family reunification, my domestic violence group. I will be returning to counseling.
All right, that's all, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. May I return to your seat? All right, anybody else you'd like us to hear from, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks?
no,
Ms. Porter?
May I just? Oh, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Howard?
No, Your Honor.
Comments in closing, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. During this review period, I think there's been a lot of progress. Mom has successfully been reunified with all 3 children. And I think it's very understandable the way that she feels about the oversight of the court and of the agency at this time. I know that there's a preference to maintain jurisdiction for a month or so, just to ensure that all services that are needed and supports that are needed are there. But ultimately, we understand the court has the authority to make that determination or not. It seems like there are some really good processes in place and safety guards in place for when the agency is no longer a part of this family's life, and that they are really able to function independently. And that is exactly what we strive for. And so kudos to the family for doing what they needed to do and getting everything in place. So with that, Your Honor, we would just defer to the court on its decision whether to extend jurisdiction or not. Thank you.
Comments, Mr. Brooks?
I think one sentence said it all. There is no immediate or likelihood of any harm coming to these children being in their mother's home. That's what the statute requires, to remove them, and their home, everything is working fine. I haven't heard anybody express any concerns about my client being a threat to them. I think you should terminate this case this morning and let these people go on their way.
Ms. Borders?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll try to keep it short. My client really is asking this court to release jurisdiction today, and I personally would like to commend Ms. Madrid. She has worked very, very hard and really gone out of her way to accommodate the differences in the unique challenges in this case, keeping the parties separate, keeping the reports separated, really just trying to coordinate communication between the parties, dealing with me. She's done a lot to work toward the place that the family is at today, but really the credit goes to the parties. It's not often that we see such quick progress through a case service plan with such deep-rooted and longstanding issues. And I think that Ms. Deakins was loaded up with things she had, for lack of a better word, things that she had to do to work through the case service plan. And when I first met with her, I told her the fastest way through this barrier in your life is to work through that case service plan. And she just took it head on and she did that. Rather than fighting the system, she chose to embrace the system. And we're here today with so much progress and I'm really proud of my client. It's not often that even two parents who are divorced with such a history can co-parent to the extent these two people are doing that. And they're doing it under the jurisdiction of the abuse and neglect, an abuse and neglect matter. They have set up their own systems to coordinate. I've spoke to the children just here at court and at times, and they seem to be thriving right now. Probably doing the best they've ever done in their life. You heard that the request is made because there were some transitions that had occurred during the reporting period in Ms. Deakins' life, but you also heard that she handled those two transitions very well, all on her own without needing any support, which is actually pretty unique for anybody facing those two challenges, getting a new job seamlessly, totaling your car and having another car that evening. I think she's doing all right and she can do it on her own. And because she did it so well and so quickly and so seamlessly, after she embraced the concept of this case service plan, I think she should be rewarded for those efforts by the court releasing jurisdiction today. I don't see any reason to keep these guys in the system another 30 to 45 days. I just don't see it. So I'm asking that the court release jurisdiction today. Thank you.
Mr. Howard?
Yes, sure. After, completing a visit with the children and, reviewing their court report and the testimony today, I believe that a lot of progress has been made, and I'm really, impressed with the parents that they're both benefiting from the case service plan and are able to, see their flaws, take accountability for the things that got them into this position and really turn those things around in their life. I also see that there's no immediate harm or threat of the children, so I would, recommend, releasing jurisdiction for the children and families today.
Thank you. Court finds all interested parties were given notice for purposes of today's review and permanency planning hearing. Goal of reunification was accomplished. Both parents have made progress in the case and continue to understand the need for those supports that were introduced to them through the jurisdiction of the court and courtesy of Ms. Madrid by extension. Those are important pieces, and that is effectively all we can ask for you to do and all we can offer for you in support of your continued success. I agree with Mr. Howitt and the rest of our attorneys that closing the jurisdiction of this case is appropriate at this time. I wish you continued success on your journey. And unless there's any questions, that's all for today. I'll have the order ready for you.